My dearest friend, I hope this letter finds you well. I know that my past actions are not ladylike, and that you will probably resent me for the rest of your life. But I still want to take the time and write to you. I do not know why, as it is the first time I have ever written to one of my victims. But there was something special about you, something that almost made me change my mind about acting the way I did. First, I should probably apologize for running away from your beautiful mansion in the early hours of the day. I didn't plan on staying the night. I assure you, it's not a habit of mine, and I usually disappear as soon as the deed is done. But your company was extremely enjoyable, and I wanted to extend our evening in a more intimate setting. Now that I am far away, I cannot help but wonder, how did you react when you found yourself alone this morning? Did you think I was exploring your house in search of the library you told me so much about? Or maybe that I was ordering breakfast in the kitchen? How long did you wait before worrying about my absence? Did you feel a heartache when you understood that I was gone? I can only be sure of one thing: your reaction when you found your safe broken into and your most valuable possessions vanished. This will be my second apology. As I was not supposed to follow you back to your place, I was not supposed to steal from you either. But old habits die hard, I guess. To tell you the truth, you were not my expected target. I was supposed to meet, or should I say, introduce myself to an old rich gentleman in possession of some of the most refined jewelry England has ever known. But something went wrong. I met you. Did you notice me straight away in my blood-red dress, slightly anxious to enter the house of an aristocrat all by myself? After all, you have probably guessed I am no noble woman. What did give me away, I wonder? My poor English? My not so conventional manners? Or the fact that I stole from you and ran away? Surely the latter was an obvious hint. Now you're probably wondering if everything I have told you about myself was true or not. Well, strangely, I couldn't lie to you much. Was it because of the way you were looking at me? Our oh so fascinating conversations? Your laugh, your smile? Something made me more vulnerable than I usually allow myself to be, and some of the stories I told you were indeed true. Alas, as you may guess, now that the police are probably at your house, searching every room, asking you questions about me, about my features, my voice, every word I have told you, anything that could give away my true identity. My name is not Miss Dupont. It is one of the many aliases I use. I'm sure you understand that I couldn't give away my real name, even to you, my dear friend. But most of the rest was true. My opinions, my values, my views on the world, on people, the authors I love the music I prefer, the dishes I like, the countries I have visited, the one I am coming from. I admit, I allowed myself to be the truest I ever was with someone in years. And for that, I should thank you. It is nice to finally be yourself, not play a role and just be, even for a few hours. I know I haven't repaid you in the best way possible, stealing from you and all, but that evening we spent together mattered to me. It really did. In return, I promise to take great care of the jewelry I found in your safe. It is quite unusual to find this kind of ornaments in a single man's house. Did they belong to some of your family members? Mother, grandmother, aunt? Or were they gifts intended for a special someone? If the latter is true, I took upon myself to be that special someone. I hope this won't upset you too much. As for the money, I already spent some of it, as you may imagine. Train and ferry tickets are not cheap these days, and I really need to leave Albion for a while. I'm sure you can guess why. I'm still quite unsure of my final destination. After our long conversation on Egypt, I may venture to the Orient and watch some of their fabulous monuments while thinking about you. Or should I jump on the next liner and cross the Atlantic to try my luck in the United States? I remember you said you enjoyed your time there. The never-ending landscapes, the freedom to become anything and anyone you want to be. That sounds like a dream, don't you think? And with that, we come to the end of this one-of-a-kind letter. Are you still reading it? Or did you tear it apart as soon as your butler gave it to you? Maybe you kept it as evidence for the police. Clever you. Sadly, and I mean it, our paths will never cross again. I wish they would, I really do. Somewhere in a foreign country, by chance, bumping into each other on the pavement, a shop or a restaurant. If only circumstances were a little different, maybe our encounter could have developed into something real. This will probably feed my fantasies for a long time. Oh, and please, give my warmest salutations to Inspector Chap from Scotland Yard. I'm sure he'll be the one managing this case of yours. He already investigated some of my crimes in your kingdom. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to read this piece of paper. So, these are our adieux, as we say in French. So, adieu, my dearest friend. It was a real pleasure to meet you. Yours truly, Mademoiselle.